Ah, Nancy, comment ça va?
Dexter needs you to defrost that big bag of chicken legs.
Oh la la la, what does he think I am? A sous chef?
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
So what'd you find in the library?
Please, Lisa. You know it's off limits.
Oh, come on, Nancy. You've been on the prowl. I can tell by the sparkle in your eye.
Wow, is it that obvious? I guess I'll have to work on my poker face.
I knew it! So, what'd you find in there? Dead bodies? Ezra Wickford's icky childhood bug collection?
Actually, I did find a secret room of Ezra Wickford's, but no bodies or treasure. There were a few bugs, now that you mention it.
Really? What else? Do tell.
Oh, nothing very interesting. Just a half-melted candle and some old papers that didn't make much sense.
Aw, you're no fun.
So tell me more about the life of a photojournalist. It must be very glamorous at times.
Well, there's nothing glamorous about the pay, I can tell you that much.
Does your job take you to exotic, far-off places?
Well, there is a lot of travel. Too bad I'm so useless with foreign languages.
There was a little mix-up with the lockers, and I accidentally opened yours.
Yeah, and?
Well, I was kind of confused. I was just trying to see whose stuff was in there, and I found a bunch of IDs in your bag. They all had your picture and other people's names on them.
A savvy photojournalist always carries a couple of alternate identities, Nancy. When you're working under deadline, you don't always have time to play by the rules. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Did you know Professor Hotchkiss published a book on Marie Antoinette?
Yeah, I looked her up on the internet. The critics panned the book. Looks like other historians think she's a real quack.
When you researched this place, did you find any references to a secret garden?
Not that I remember. But I probably wasn't even thinking about gardens. I mean, it's hardly croquet weather.
I'm dying to find a way into that tower. Where do they usually hide the secret entrances in weird old Midwestern mansions?
I guess I should know, shouldn't I? Too bad most of the places I've covered aren't any weirder than imitation butter. I wish you'd hurry up and find it, though, so we can check it out.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Later, Nancy.
Did you see I fixed your radiator?
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Bye, kiddo. Okay, you got a hold of me. What do you need?
It doesn't look like the police will be here for a while yet. Is there any chance I could take a quick look inside the library?
Forget about it. A crime was committed, and for once in my life, I'm following the proper procedures. Look, I'm up to my ears down here. I'll have to talk to you later, sorry. Okay, you got a hold of me. What do you need?
Any update on the weather, Mr. Egan?
Well, let's see. It says here, snow. Oh yes, and more snow. I gotta go. Is there anything else?
Nothing really. Sorry I bothered you.
Hello?
Hi, it's me.
How's it going, Nancy? Are things calming down around the castle?
Not unless you find it calming to climb out of a stuck elevator.
What do you mean, stuck? The elevator broke down?
Well, that's what I thought. Until I talked to Dexter, who said it was probably the power switch in the basement.
But Nancy, how could the power switch just go off while you were in the elevator?
Maybe someone turned it off. But why?
That's what I'm wondering.
How did you climb out anyway?
I climbed through a hatch in the roof of the cab and just barely made it up to the next floor.
So you were standing on top of the elevator in the open shaft? Way up high? Ugh, just the thought of it makes my stomach do somersaults.
Anything interesting in the elevator shaft?
Just a metal ladder leading up to this ventilation duct or something. Nothing unusual, except that the cover for the duct looked like it was about to fall off.
Maybe someone needed to inspect the duct and forgot to replace the grate?
Or maybe the duct leads somewhere, like to buried gold, or a hidden...
Bess, that was Nancy's last case. She's in Wisconsin now, not San Francisco.
You guys, I've heard these awful screeching and banging noises at night.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, all right. Lisa Ostrom's heard them too. They sound like they're coming from the belly of the castle.
Maybe the castle has a bad case of indigestion.
Oh!
Seriously though, have you searched the castle? Maybe it's the library vandal doing more damage.
I agree with Bess. Wait till the sounds start again and then follow your ears. But don't forget, there's more to Ezra Wickford's castle floor plan than meets the eye.
Hear that, Nancy? She agrees with me. I think I'm going to faint.
Help! I'm a little stuck.
Stuck?
A sassy detective like you, Nancy?
It's an alarming thought, isn't it, Bess?
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Nancy.
See ya!
Ned Nickerson Hotline, can I help you?
Well, hello there. I sure hope you can help.
Hey Nancy, I thought it might be you. What's up?
There are these creepy sounds at night. I can't figure out what or who could be causing them.
With all the history behind that place, I'll bet it's full of grumpy old ghosts.
Ned, since when do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know, but it sure sounds cool, doesn't it? Anyway, where are the sounds coming from?
That's just it. They seem to be coming from behind certain walls.
I bet they're coming from inside the tower. You've got to find the entrance, Nancy.
I'm trying to decide what to do next. Any thoughts?
Let's see, to enter through the main door of the library, first you need the extra key from Dexter's desk. As for the alarm code, Dexter's fingerprint should still be on the keypad. I don't know much about fingerprinting techniques, but maybe there's some info in one of your detective magazines.
Bye, Ned.
Bye.
stuck.
Nancy, what are you doing here?
Don't you think I should be asking you that question?
I can explain, Nancy, but please, don't tell anyone that you found me here. If I get sent back to France, my fiancé will give up on me, and I will have let down my family again.
How can you expect me to keep quiet while you go around destroying the castle? If you're willing to saw through this gate, then you must be the one who wrecked the library too.
Nancy, I had nothing to do with what happened in the library. I swear! The tower holds a valuable French historical document. If I can find it and return it to France, perhaps I can make up for my failure at the Olympics.
What makes you believe this French document still exists in a tower that was imported to Wisconsin 80-some years ago?
The tower first belonged to the Chateau Rochemont in France. When Ezra Wickford bought the tower, my great-grandfather was the master carpenter in charge of dismantling it and preparing it for shipment. One day, when he was working alone, he found a secret compartment in one of the walls.
A secret compartment?
Inside, he found an old journal with a royal crest on the cover and a medallion with a strange blue stone in it. But he heard other carpenters coming, so he hid the medallion in his pocket and sealed the journal back in the compartment. Before he could get back to study the journal and return the medallion, the tower was dismantled and shipped to America. He never learned who the journal belonged to or what it said.
Why didn't your great-grandfather tell anyone about his discovery?
He thought if he told his story, Ezra Wickford might get angry, accuse him of interfering with the project, and try to ruin his name as a carpenter. So he kept quiet.
So, how do you know all of this?
I was his only great-grandson. On his deathbed, he gave me the medallion and told me the whole story. He begged me to come here to Wisconsin to find the journal and return it to France.
What did he think the journal contained that was so important?
The journal bore a royal seal. It must have belonged to Marie Antoinette, because she used to visit the tower during the Revolution. So perhaps it contains her confessions, or perhaps it contains proof of her innocence. Either way, the contents of that journal could change French history forever.
I just don't see how you can think that journal will still be up there after all these years.
I know it's possible that someone found the secret compartment when the tower was being put back together, but I have to check anyway. I just have to know. Nancy, do you think you could help me? Let me show you this medallion, and maybe you'll be able to tell me what it's for.
I don't know, Jacques. You seem pretty desperate. Why should I believe that you're not the library vandal?
Oh, Nancy, you must believe me. I would never try to destroy that beautiful library. After all, most of those books are French. Now will you help me? I think this medallion will interest you, and maybe you'll have some idea what it's for. It's in my locker. Will you go get it while I take care of something? The combination is 2665. I'll meet you in the locker room in a minute.
Well, as long as you promise to tell Christy what's going on.
Oh, you're the best, Nancy.
That's what they tell me. It's locked. Someone must have knocked me out. Headache headquarters. Nancy here.
Nancy, it's Jacques. What happened? Are you okay?
I don't really know what happened. I opened your locker like you said, and then it was lights out Nancy.
But you do have my medallion, right?
They didn't find it when they picked me up off the floor?
Oh la la, you can't be serious.
I'm afraid I am serious. I have no idea what happened to it.
This is too much. Oh la la, unbelievable.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Hi again.
Hey, Nancy. How's the case coming along?
I'm trying to decide what to do next. Any thoughts?
Gee, Nancy, maybe you should see if Hotchkiss has polished off those drumsticks so she can tell you about the robbery.
Bye, Ned.
Keep me posted.
Hello?
Hi, George.
Hey, Nancy. What's the latest?
That ventilation duct in the elevator shaft? It leads to the library.
I knew it! So you got inside?
Did the vandal do a lot of damage?
It was a mess in there, all right. The vandal even clawed a big hole in one of the walls. He or she must have been desperate to find something.
Like what?
I don't know. Before I could really investigate, Dexter came in.
Uh-oh. What did you do?
I hid back in the duct. He was looking for something, and then he left.
Well, that sounds awfully suspicious. Didn't he say he didn't want anything touched until the police came?
Right, I know.
Wow. I wonder what everyone is looking for.
Maybe one of the books in the library contains a secret code.
Or a treasure map.
Or maybe I'm too late. Maybe the vandal already found it. Whatever it was.
Apparently old Dexter doesn't think so.
Get this. I found a secret room in the library.
Secret room?
It looks like it was Ezra Wickford's study. Would you believe that Dexter Egan was Wickford's adopted son once upon a time? Until Wickford disowned him?
Why was Dexter disowned?
He was convicted of a felony, counterfeiting. I guess Wickford didn't want any more to do with him after that.
Well, that's a checkered past if I ever heard of one. Wonder what he's doing back at the castle.
Maybe he wants revenge.
Revenge on who? Wickford's dead.
It's not logical, George. It's revenge.
I've been doing some research on Marie Antoinette.
Find anything interesting?
Apparently, Marie Antoinette was once given an extravagant tiara with a ruby, a sapphire, an emerald, and a humongous diamond in it. But she hated it and refused to wear it.
Who ever heard of a queen who hated jewels?
What's even weirder is that before she was executed, the tiara just disappeared. Nobody has ever found it.
Maybe it's somewhere right in Wickford Castle. And that's what the vandal tore the library apart looking for.
Or it could be the old childhood luck charm Wickford mentioned in the poem. Maybe that's what you saw Dexter hunting for.
Who ever heard of a kid carrying around a bazillion-dollar tiara for good luck?
Help! I'm a little stuck.
Gee, Nancy, maybe you should see if Hotchkiss has polished off those drumsticks so she can tell you about the robbery.
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Is that you, Brandy? Oh, I'm glad you're here. At the moment, my theory is rising like a magnificent souffle. I need to collect a few more ingredients, if you will, but it's a delicate situation. If I leave my room even for a moment, I fear the souffle will come crashing down in a heap.
What do you need me for, Professor?
What I need is some information about the castle. Hard numbers. I've come to the conclusion that you are an enterprising and faithful soul. Therefore, I have decided to entrust you with this important mission. Who knows? If you succeed, I might whisk you away from the hotel business to be my personal research assistant.
Well, Professor Hotchkiss, I'm not actually in the hotel business, but I'd love to help.
Marvelous! Here's what I need to know. How many days before her 38th birthday was Marie Antoinette executed? I'll be very eager to hear what you come up with. But please, don't disturb me unless you have the answer.
Thanks for coming down. I've been wanting to talk to you. How's your head? Did you slip or what?
Well, let's just say someone must be trying to tell me to get a little more rest on this vacation. Anyway, I'm planning on making a speedy recovery.
It's just that when I found you out cold in the basement and hauled you back to your room, I noticed all this red dirt on your shoes. I'm just curious where it came from.
Mr. Egan, I confess, I found my way into the corridor that leads to the Queen's Tower. As you probably know, the dirt in that tunnel is very red. I hope you won't consider this trespassing.
Nope. If you must know, I'm impressed. Ezra Wickford set that secret door up so nobody would be able to find it. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with getting into that tower. Ezra told me that if I could get through the secret door, he'd take me up to see the Queen's Tower. Finally, I got into the tunnel, and when I came out with that red dirt all over me, he laughed. He was actually proud of me.
Did Ezra Wickford have the dead-end corridors and stairways built on purpose, too?
Yeah, Ezra was a character. He always said he thought dead ends were funny. Ha ha. But the truth was, he was worried sick about being robbed. Maybe it made him feel better to think that a crook would get caught this way.
Sounds like Ezra was pretty paranoid. Did he trust you?
Well, not exactly. A mistake was made. Only a small thing, but it didn't take much for him to give up on people. Anyway, I'd say you earned the right to check out the tower for yourself, but you gotta get through that gate, right? There's an old skeleton key in the maintenance shed. Now that the storm's passed, you can go out and get it. But be careful. It's still dead cold out there.
I don't want to press my luck with you, but I sure would like to see Ezra's private garden. Could you tell me how to find it?
It's nothing but wasteland out there. If you're bent on tromping around in the cold, go left when you get outside, away from the shed. Look for a wrought iron gate. You'll figure out the rest.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Bye, kiddo. Hey there, Nancy.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
Well, if it isn't Dexter's little Cinderella.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted.
Nancy, I still cannot believe you lost my medallion. How could you have been so careless?
I wasn't exactly careless, you know, and I didn't lose your medallion either. But I don't have it. Where were you, anyway? Weren't you supposed to meet me?
When I showed up, you were having a catnap on the floor. Ugh, I will be ruined by you American women.
Guess you'd better stay away from me then. Goodbye.
Au revoir, little Miss Nightmare.
It's locked.
Yes. Did you find the information I asked you for?
Sure did.
Good, but I need you to write it down so I don't forget. Thank you. Let me do some calculations to see if this is correct. Eureka! If there's one thing I like in a young person, it's ingenuity. Now, I've got work to do. Time to stir the cauldron and stoke the fire. But if you'd like to talk, I'll be holding office hours in the lobby between 3 and 6 a.m. Meet me then.
Hey there, Nancy.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Bye, kiddo.
Hey, Nancy.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted.
It's locked.
Glad you came down to talk. Get this. I saw Dexter walking out to the maintenance shack with this, green ornament thing in his hand. He's up to something, right? Maybe you should check it out.
If you're so interested, why don't you go check it out yourself?
I'd love to, but I really should get to work on my article.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
I'm locked out. If I don't get inside soon, I'll freeze to death.
What the? What's going on out here? Is that you, Nancy? Come inside. It's freezing out here. What kind of a stunt was that, Missy?
I was freezing. That stunt was my version of an SOS.
Well then, what can I say except good thinking? Hey there, Nancy.
You've been holding out on me, Mr. Egan. I read in an old issue of the Daily Telegraph that you grew up here, right in this castle.
All right. I did live here for a few years, once upon a time. I was an orphan until Ezra Wickford came along and adopted me. But I left the castle when I was 16, and I never saw him again. That's the story, all right?
Why didn't you ever come back to visit?
Some things can't be explained, kid. It was a long time ago, and nothing can change it now.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Bye, kiddo.
Hello? Hello?
Welcome to the voicemail system. Please press 0 to retrieve messages. To leave the system, please press 3. First message.
Yeah, Miss Drew, this is Dexter at the front desk. Can you come down when you're feeling better? I need to talk to you for a minute. Thanks.
To go to the next message, press 2. To leave the system, please press 3. Second message. To leave the system, please press 3. Thank you. Goodbye.
Nancy, I heard you got locked out. You could have frozen to death. So, what was Dexter hiding out there?
I don't know. It just looked like your average maintenance shed to me. So, next time you give me a hot tip, Lisa, it better come with some earmuffs.
Huh, I thought for sure I was onto something. I still think Dexter's shady. I'd keep an eye on him if I were you.
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Keep me posted. Hi there, how's it going?
I'll let you get back to your magazine.
Stay warm.
Hey there, Nancy.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Alrighty then.
Hello?
George,
And Bess too. What's new, Nancy?
I found Ezra Wickford's secret garden. You'll never guess what Dexter's boyhood luck charm was.
A rabbit's foot?
A little green leprechaun?
Guess again. A medallion with a red stone in it. Do you think I should give it back to Dexter?
Oh yeah, like honesty is the best policy with creepy convicts?
I think George is politely trying to say that you should find out what the medallion's for before you breathe a word of it to anyone. You'll probably need it to solve this mystery.
I went back to check out Jacques' locker, and I found a pamphlet about diamonds, a letter from his fiancée, and a warning notice from immigration.
Did his fiancée sound cute in her letter?
Actually, she sounded upset. She wants him to hurry up and do something, but I'm not sure what.
Sounds like that guy is under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I hope he's not marrying her just to stay in the country. Help! I'm a little stuck.
Sorry, Nancy. We're fresh out of ideas.
I know what would refuel us. Milkshakes!
Okay, you two. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Hello?
Hi, Ned.
Hey, Detective, any new developments?
I went outside to follow up on a tip that Lisa gave me, and I got locked out.
Uh-oh. How did that happen?
I don't know, but it was scary. I thought I was going to turn into a human popsicle out there.
Thank goodness you're okay. How'd you get back inside?
I sent an SOS by activating the ski lift, and Dexter found me.
You're some problem solver.
Well, at least I've got that going for me.
Which is good. I just hope he didn't lock you out on purpose in the first place. Maybe to scare you off. Did anything pan out on that tip?
I found a green medallion, all right, but it doesn't make sense. If it really was Dexter who took the medallion, he sure didn't do a very good job of hiding it.
Do you think you can trust Lisa? I mean, you're a great girl and all, Nancy. But why's she being so buddy-buddy with you anyway?
I think she just likes to gossip.
Gossip or lie?
Ned!
All I'm saying is, take what she says with a grain of salt, okay?
How do you think Ezra Wickford got his hands on Marie Antoinette's red medallion?
Maybe Monsieur Leboeuf took it from Marie when he captured her at Varennes. And then Wickford bought it from Leboeuf's family when he bought the library.
I'm trying to decide what to do next. Any thoughts?
Gee, Nancy, I wish I could help, but I don't know what to do.
Bye, Ned.
Call me soon.
Nancy, dear, welcome to the witching hour. Isn't it marvelous to be up and about when others are sound asleep? I find my brain waves are at their most powerful during this time.
Yes, this big old place does feel quiet at this hour. But do you think everyone is really asleep? I mean, if this is the only time you're away from your room, when else could you have been robbed?
You're right on that. This is the only time that someone could break into my room. But why are you so interested in this robbery anyway?
Actually, it's Dexter who's most concerned. He seems to feel very responsible for everything going smoothly at the castle while Christy Lane is away. And, well, I guess things aren't going too smoothly. I'm just trying to help him out.
I'd like to tell you more about the robbery, but I'm afraid it just wouldn't be good for my blood pressure. I'm traumatized, you see, because the stolen item was a keepsake from a dear friend, and it was a cornerstone of my theory. I'm sure you understand.
Have you checked your room for clues? Usually the thief leaves some sort of evidence behind.
Clues, you say? I guess I haven't really looked. Oh, I've been utterly embroiled in my work.
Why are you conducting research here at the castle?
Well, you probably know by now that I'm a scholar of French history. My specialty is Marie Antoinette. Oh, poor Marie, the most misunderstood queen of the 18th century. Marie used to visit the very tower that now belongs to this castle. I'm convinced that this place holds evidence that will forever change the way the world views Marie. But the walls have ears, so I'd rather not say any more right now. Oh, if you're really interested, why don't you go up to my room and have a look around yourself? You've been such a great help to me, almost like an apprentice. Oh, I've always wanted an apprentice.
Wow, Professor, that's really generous of you. I'd love to learn more about your work, but are you sure you don't mind?
I insist. Your mind is like a ravenous monkey gobbling up every banana in its path. Oh, how can I stand in the way? Here's my extra pass key. I get back to work at 6 a.m. sharp, so just make sure you vacate the premises by 5:59 and put things back where you find them. It's all scientifically organized in there.
What did you mean when you said Marie Antoinette was misunderstood?
Everyone thought Marie did nothing but spend France's money on jewels and fancy soap for herself, while her people were starving. History books have upheld the myth that she was just a spoiled and heartless brat, but I don't believe it.
What do you believe?
I believe that she's been the victim of vicious rumors and lazy historians for too long, and that if the real story could be told, people would realize that Marie Antoinette was actually a good woman who wanted to help her people but didn't know how.
Do you know anything about a tiara that was given to Marie Antoinette?
The infamous tiara, of course. Oh, people thought Marie had this extravagant piece commissioned for herself, and they hated her for it. But really, it was her husband, King Louis XVI, who had it made for her birthday. Oh, she didn't want it, refused to wear it, and then, a few months before the revolution broke out, the tiara disappeared.
What do you mean it disappeared?
It was never found. There were rumors that she had it destroyed, but no one has ever been able to prove this.
See you soon.
Goodbye.